Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video, and I have got a special layout today where I have two full 6x12 pages, plus I have a 3x8 insert that's going to go in between them. So kind of a lot to do today, but I think I can get it done. So these are all photos from the Betsy Ross House in Philadelphia. And I have the pictures placed where I want them, or at least where I think I want them at this time. So I've got an empty pocket here. This is a small pocket that, I'll pick it up here. Hopefully the camera will pick it up. That has a perforated edge right here. So this pocket is only 2x3, and I already know I'm going to put sequins in there. I want some red, white, and blue sequins so that it's very patriotic. So that has to match both sides, which it will, because red, white, and blue is a theme happening here, so that's fine. So I already have my fuse tool heating up over here, so it's ready to go when I need it. I also have this pocket over here. I have no idea what I'm putting in these pockets. I do have a set of cards from Project Life from the app that I bought and printed out at home that are very patriotic. They're red, white, and blue. That's the theme. So I could certainly get away with using some of those. And I just noticed something here. I don't know that I like that these two are right next to each other. So I may take this flag photo out of here and move it to this pocket, just so there's a little bit more separation between the two cards across here and then the sequins in between. For this 3x8 insert, I do also need to find some background papers for those, because obviously my photo is only 3x4. So something's going to show on the edges on both sides. So I do have to find a background for this photo and the one that's going to go on the other side. But to start with, I think I will look for the cards that are going to go here and here. So when I went into my stash of stuff that I had pulled together for this, this was actually floating in my little bin, and I don't remember printing it, but I'm sure I must have, thinking I would use it. However, I discovered, like, it's not actually 3x4. So I don't remember the reason as to why I cut this down. But that means then it doesn't work as is. I'll have to find a background for it or reprint from the Project Life app. I'm not sure. But I do think I want it in that pocket once I figure out what I'm doing with the background. And I could actually cut this a little bit more if I wanted to, so that more background shows through, which I might. It might help me match some colors a little bit better. So at least I have that somewhat figured out, but I still have this one. When I went into my stash of just scrap pieces of cardstock, I was trying to find something that would match the lighter blue that's in here, and I didn't have any pieces that didn't have a pattern, that were just plain, that were the right color, and that were this size. So I'm going to have to cut into a big piece of paper, which is fine. I actually found this. It has some subtle shading on there, but I like how it looks there. It's not perfect to this color, but it's pretty close, and all that's going to show is the background, but I do like that it brings out the lighter tones. So I think I'm going to cut into that. I'll cut it 6x12 first so I can save part of it, and then I'll cut up one side, and then I might end up using it as a background for one of these too. What's the photo on the other side? I don't remember. Those don't look good together. Maybe that one. It wouldn't be so bad, but I don't know that I like that for this one. I do for this though, so I'll keep it there, and I could always build another card over here if I wanted to still use that same color, or I can still go on the hunt for something totally different. I have decided I'm going to print something from the Project Life app here. This is from the Americana kit, and this particular card matches the stars that I have over here, and the label part is in that light blue, which I like. So I'm going to print that out. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to put it. I could lose this photo potentially down here if I needed to. It shows the inside of the house a little bit, but I don't know that it adds a huge amount of value there. So I could lose that one if I had to, but I'm just going to print it and then see what I think about it once I actually can see the true color on the paper once it's printed. I've printed the card and I love it. I love that it matches here. I love the bright colors that it brings, so I definitely want to use it. But that does mean I have to make some changes. And when I was looking at this photo, I decided I do like parts of it, but I don't need the whole thing. When I looked at this one, it talks more about the founder of the Betsy Ross House, not really her, and it doesn't show what's in the house. So I think I'm actually going to ditch this photo, cut this one down, and use this as a 3x4 instead. I decided to print out 2 more pocket cards from the Americana set. So I did these 2. I like them both. I'm going to cut them up and then see if I think I can use one of them over here. I wasn't planning to do a ton of journaling about this, but I feel like maybe I do need some because otherwise I really have nothing here. So there is that, but I do like the little sparkles and stuff on this one. So we'll see what I decide. When I held them both up to the layout, I felt like this one was just way too busy next to this. So I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use the one that just says America in red. It's more simple, it's subtle, and it leaves me room for journaling. For this photo in the middle, I decided I did like that blue background. So I've adhered the photo. I left enough room down here because I think I want to stamp something there. And then I have a room at the top for some kind of an embellishment. I'm not sure exactly what that's going to be, but at least I have the room for it. And then my fuse tool should be almost ready where I can start filling this with sequins, but I'm at least going to show you which ones I plan to use. Here you can see the sequins that I plan to use. A friend actually bought these for me a while ago because she knew I had some other things that were kind of patriotic themed, but it works perfectly for this. And I love how sparkly and shiny they are. It hits on all the colors that I have going here. So I'm really excited to use those. Plus, hopefully you can see there are little stars in there too. On the bottom here, I have decided to stamp with this stamp set from Kelly Perky, and I'm going to just use this one that says United States. All right, I've done my stamping. It came out well. And then I think I have figured out what to do up here. I have these kind of glittery, obnoxiously glittery stars, and I like them. And I think one of these big ones right smack in the middle there would really go with my theme of stars and red, white, and blue. Okay, I have the big red star on there. That part is done. I'm just going to move that aside because now I think my fuse tool is heated up enough where I can do my sequins. All right, I have this where I want it. I've got my edge settled, and I do it this way because the feet on here, if I try to use this over the top of the sequins, because I'm a lefty here, it doesn't lay flat. So I just put it sort of this way. I angle it just a tad so it sits up over the sequins, and then I don't have to worry about it not being totally flat. And then you just do this at a slight angle, not exactly straight up and down, a slight angle, and just good even pressure. You don't have to push too hard because you don't want to melt the plastic. And you just go across, and hopefully I've gotten a good seal. Looks like I have. Yep, looks good to me. And now that part is done. So there is the front side of the 3x8 totally done. So now I just have to worry about the back side here and how I am going to work with this photo. Again, I didn't like the way the blue looked with it, so I'll have to find something else. I'm thinking I might even be able to go with like a cream because of this and the colors of the stars, or a very light tan or something because of what's in this photo and this one over here. So I think I will look for that next. So sometimes it happens that when I go into my scraps of paper here, so I've pulled all the browns, that I find something that isn't quite perfect, but that I might be able to work with it anyway. I have that here. So I have just this piece of craft cardstock, and it's not exactly the right width, and it's not the right length, and it's torn, but I kind of dig that because this would work. Actually, I could trim this down a little bit, and I probably would, but I could adhere that right to the back of this white and it would still look okay. It looks like a design choice. I would still have room to do something here or here. The color matches. I think I'm going to use it. So sometimes happy accidents happen. So here's this backside with everything adhered on there. Here's the other side. So I lucked out in that the back side just happened to be white, and I was able to put this on, so it actually saved me some bulk too, because otherwise I would have had to do another piece of paper on top of this, plus the tan, plus the photo. So I'm really good with that. I've also decided I'm going to stamp. I'm going to use this set, which is also from Kelly Perky, and I'm going to use the one here that says Seeing All the Sights. It should fit perfectly right about there. I've completed my stamping there, and then just to echo the star on the other side, I added one here as well. This one's a bit smaller, but it's the same type of embellishment, same style, everything. So I think it makes it more coherent, and it makes it feel like, you know, everything goes together, which I like. So now I just have to figure out, do I want to add any other embellishments maybe to this photo or this one? I've got some dead space up there, and then I need to stamp or put some kind of a phrase in here. I found this phrase in my stash of red labels that I have here, and it's appropriate for this. And I don't really have anything on this side. All of my embellishments tend to be in the middle, or, you know, I added this strip here and that's it. So I think I'm going to do this one up here. This is dead space, might as well, and it's the outside of the Betsy Ross complex, so you can see it all there. And then I'm still trying to decide if I need something up here, but I like this one for sure. I think I found the last thing to complete the layout. I was looking at this set of stickers, and originally I thought I could do the time, but none of these worked with when we were actually there. I mean, nobody would know that but us, but I know that they don't work. These would be kind of the right colors, and they're not the right time. So I think I'm going to use this one that says This Means Everything, and use it right up here because it kind of matches the blue that's on this paper. And obviously Betsy Ross sewing the flag is a national symbol. Now there's debate on whether it's actually true or not, but it's a national symbol, so I think that's appropriate. All right, and with that, this layout is done. And I have to say, I am on a mission. I want this album done this year because I took this trip in late 2019. I do not want to go into 2022 being 2 years behind. So I want this done by the end of the year. So anything else that I need to get done with Philly will need to be done before December 31st. So hopefully this is another one done, and I'm close to finishing the rest too. Thanks for watching.